Hey Gemini, welcome to your weekly forecast for August 23rd through the 29th. We're going to see what's happening in the week ahead with this lovely deck here. And then since I didn't get a chance to post love readings for August, we're going to pull some love and romance readings from this deck here towards the end. So let's jump right on in here and see what's going on for Gemini friends, Gemini sun, moon, rising, and we're going to include Venus this week since we will be covering love for a portion of the reading. We're going to go ahead and see what messages are coming in. Now, even though I'm setting the intention for a 7-day period, keep in mind that you're going to find this video whenever you're meant to find it. You may find it outside of the dates that I mentioned, and that's okay. You're going to find it when you're meant to hear the messages. These are general readings. Not every single message is going to resonate. So take the ones that do and leave the ones that don't. So let's jump right on in here. Gemini, your first card here is the Three of Cups. Now, I know traditionally speaking, a lot of people watch tarot readings because they're looking for love and romance. And the Three of Cups kind of has gotten typecast as engagement, right? Engagement announcement, birth announcement. And this could be happening for some of you. Some of you might be manifesting that. But outside of love and romance, Three of Cups is a card having to do with celebration, good news, finding your soul tribe, finding a community of like-minded people. And sometimes Three of Cups comes up for me when we're healing from feminine wounds, right? We always hear about how, people have daddy issues, or, men who are not present, or who aren't, there for their kids, or who aren't good dads and who don't step up. But that happens with women too. There are women who aren't the best mothers. There are women who, might be very cold towards their children, or who don't raise their kids, or, and for whatever reason, I'm not saying it with judgment. Everybody does the best they can with the tools that they have. But we forget that sometimes we can have mommy issues, or we forget that sometimes, women might not feel so safe for some kids, right? There may have been a mother who behaved more like a jealous sibling than a mom, right? Or who put a lot of pressure on their children to step up and help them with their problems in their life. And so for me, the Three of Cups can sometimes come up when Spirit is helping us heal those wounds with the feminine by bringing us into alignment with high vibrational females or high vibrational feminine energy, where there's support and there's love and there's unconditional love and support, right? There's a sense of building up instead of tearing down or breaking down. If you are a woman, if you are feminine energy, maybe you've been in a long time in this mentality where you've been like, you know what, women are too catty for me. I hang out with guys. All my friends are guys. I feel more comfortable with guys. There could be something happening here where it's time to break out of that, where it's time to be healing and realizing that, feminine energy is not automatically gossip energy. Feminine energy is not automatically, competitive, tear each other down energy. Yes, sometimes it can be, but that's negative and that's low vibrational. And the Three of Cups is telling us that it's time for building up, coming together and building up. So I do feel the energy here for Gemini of like healing that feminine wound, healing that feminine energy, and having positive female interactions that aren't based on physical intimacy, that aren't based on romantic attraction, but rather that unconditional connection of human beings coming together. The next card coming up here for Gemini is the King of Wands. This could be a fire sign person. Fire sign people are going to be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. If you have a fire sign placement, you might be really focused on that area of your life, and you may be making changes or advancing in that area of your life. Now, the King of Wands energy is very much entrepreneur kind of energy, self-made man kind of energy. It can indicate being like in our passion, being in our excitement, being in our confidence, and finding creative solutions to problems that we're facing. The King of Wands will create opportunities when there aren't opportunities. He will create a road and a path when there aren't roads or paths. And he will rise to power. And so I'm feeling a sense of ingenuity, of creativity, of problem solving energy coming in for Gemini in the coming weeks. I feel that some of you might even be finding yourself feeling a lot more bold, where you're approaching situations, whereas maybe in the past you would have been like, well, you know what, I don't want to rock the boat, I don't want to seem like I'm complaining. I'm feeling with the King of Wands like you're facing something head on. I feel some of you feel frustrated and that you feel overlooked in a work situation, and you've had it, you've had enough. But you're also in a healthy mindset, and you're also in a good vibration and a good energy, where you're being productive about the frustration, and you're being logical about the frustration, and you're stepping up in a work situation or to a supervisor, and you're saying, hey, look, you know what, I really love working here. I've been here for a long time. I love my coworkers. I love my supervisors. I feel I've been giving 110%, but I notice that a lot of the times when opportunities come up, I seem to get overlooked, or I seem to, be given the impression that I'm going to have a chance to move up, and it doesn't happen. So I would just like to know, what is it that you need to see from me? I feel that I've been committed. I feel that I've been giving you 110%, but I would like to move up. So what is it that you need to see from me so that that can happen? I feel like some of you are confronting a work situation in this way. Like, what can I do? What is it that I haven't done? Or, what is it that you need to see from me to allow me to advance? Some of you might be taking your knowledge and your gifts and your skills and deciding to create something for yourself, going into business for yourself, or doing some kind of consulting or training for other companies, or creating some kind of a startup. There's a strong entrepreneurial vibe with the King of Wands. The next card that's coming up here, my dears, is the Page of Pentacles. And sometimes I get ahead of the cards as I'm feeling the energy. And Page of Pentacles is giving me that feeling and giving me that vibe. Page of Pentacles comes up when we are reevaluating where we're putting our time and where we're putting our energy. And we're deciding that we want to put our time and our energy into something that is going to be more beneficial for us. Something that's going to give us a more positive return. Something that's going to give us a more positive, harvest, right? You're looking at it like, you know what, I need more money, but maybe it's not going to be a good idea to get a second job or a third job. Maybe I'm going to look at where I can put my time and energy where I'm going to get a bigger reward, where I'm going to get a bigger result. I also see Page of Pentacles come up when we might be deciding to invest in ourselves in terms of self-improvement, or doing something for ourselves in terms of business, and revisiting our relationship with money and revisiting our finances. Now, with Page of Pentacles, this can be where you're going over your accounts, you're going over your money, and you're finding where you might be having unnecessary outflow. You might be, here's all these subscriptions I haven't used in the longest time. Let me go ahead and cancel them. Here's some expenses that I can cut back on. Here's some ways that I can make my home more energy efficient so I'm not paying so much in utilities. Or here's some ways that I can adjust my schedule to where, I'm not using as much things or eating out as much or whatever it might be. Sometimes Page of Pentacles comes up in a way where we're figuring out how to cut back on costs. So even though we don't have more money coming in, it feels like more money is coming in. So it feels like some payday has come in, or some promotion has come in, or some raise has come in, even though you have the same amount of money. So it's figuring out how to be more efficient with the resources you have. Page of Pentacles also comes up for me when you might be looking more into investing, right? You might be looking into stocks, bonds, different types of accounts that are gonna add interest over time, accrue interest over time. So a lot of you might be getting smarter about money and how money works, especially if this is not something that was taught to you growing up. As I said, the King of Wands is self-made energy, self-made man. So you might be coming out of an inheritance or a tradition or a family background where money was never really fully understood or used wisely, and you're figuring out how to be smarter with money and how to use it in a way to make it work for you instead of bleeding yourself dry, working yourself dry, trying to get in more and more and more and it never being enough. You're breaking out of that cycle. Your next card here, Gemini, is the Ace of Swords. An Ace of Swords can be contracts, agreements, news, some kind of truth revealing itself. But a lot of the times I see Ace of Swords come up in a reading where somebody is coming out of limited thinking, right? It could be false beliefs about yourself, limited thinking about money or finances or success, or just this whole kind of thinking of, well, it's got to be hard work, and if I'm gonna be making money, then that means I have to work super hard. And it doesn't have to be that way. Some people make a lot of money just posting pictures of themselves online. I drink this tea and I wear this lipstick, and they're raking in the money. So it doesn't always mean that you have to work yourself to death like a workhorse to make good money. That could be a limited belief that some of you are having to clear. It doesn't have to be so hard. Whatever it might be, that's just an example of a limited belief. Ace of Swords comes up when those limited beliefs are being cleared, and when you're beginning to see solutions where once you saw problems. You're beginning to think more efficiently, and you're figuring out how to work smarter, not harder. That kind of energy with the Ace of Swords. So finding a way to have progress, finding a way to have success, but making it easier on yourself. It doesn't have to be so hard. There's a mental unblocking that occurs when the Ace of Swords shows up for me in my readings. We're going to also check into love and romance here. And as I said, guys, you may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign. Some weeks those might resonate with you more than others. They might add a little extra information that could be helpful. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. But let's see what's going on with love and romance for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Alrighty, my dears. Alrighty, so first card here is the Hermit. Okay, this has come up for a few of the signs, so it's kind of sort of like the Stalker card coming up here in the week ahead. And so we are coming into Virgo season. Okay, that could be one of the reasons why the Hermit seems to be coming up. We may be kind of really picking up on those Virgo vibes of practicality, right? However, this is a major arcana card. And when the major arcana cards come up for me in a reading, you're dealing with a significant soulmate. You're dealing with somebody that you have a contract with, that you agreed to come into this lifetime and meet. And there's something here in terms of a light or a mirror being held up to you. I know traditionally speaking, the Hermit card is a card that we see as a time of isolation, a time of solitude, a time of being by ourselves. And some of you might be taking a time out from dating, or maybe you've taken a time out for a while and you've been going through that transformation, and now you're ready to put yourself out there and have a deep meaning connection. But for me, the Hermit card in terms of a relationship between two people is energy of like showing each other the way, being mirrors for each other, being spiritual teachers for one another. learning spiritual lessons through this relationship. Now, if you have a Virgo placement, you may be meeting somebody through that area of your life. Okay, you may be dealing with a Virgo here, having the Hermit card coming up. Hermit card is not just going to automatically mean a time of being alone or a time of isolation. For some of you, it can be like a time of just taking a break. However, that little diamond in the heart is really jumping out at me, so I feel like the majority of you are ready to put yourselves out there. And I feel, it's so funny. I'm hearing the Sia song, Titanium. I Am Titanium. So I feel like some of you may have taken time off to heal, and now you're feeling healed, and you're like, you know what, whatever happens moving forward, it's a lesson. It's an experience. I'm not going to be afraid of it. I'm ready to embrace it. And if somebody treats me poorly, or if somebody doesn't, give me the kind of love that I'm expecting or needing or that I deserve, it has nothing to do with me and everything to do with them. So I feel like some of you are in a strong enough place where you're ready to put yourself out there. You're ready to recognize red flags. You're ready to walk away from anything that's not meant for you. But you're also not going to be hurt as easily as you were in the past. I'm feeling a sense of courage, a sense of confidence, a sense of like, I'm ready. I'm ready to find the real deal. I'm ready to find somebody with substance. I'm ready to find somebody with a soul. I'm ready to find somebody who's going to step up and give me the commitment that I deserve. You've learned your lessons and you're ready. And I feel like you're manifesting a very similar energy. Someone who has learned their lessons and someone who is ready. The next card that's coming up here, my dears, is the Seven of Cups. Now, I know the Seven of Cups gets a bad rap in love readings because a lot of the times people see it as somebody who's a player, somebody who has a lot of other people in their life, somebody who is, maybe not a faithful kind of person. And that can be the meaning sometimes with the Seven of Cups. But having the Seven of Cups come up with the Hermit and the source of enlightenment, maybe somebody was that way, but they're changing. They're turning over a new leaf. Seven of Cups is not automatically somebody who is going to be jumping from bed to bed or from person to person. Sometimes Seven of Cups can have to do with realizing that there's a lot of different areas of your life, a lot of things to focus on, and having to choose which one you're going to make a priority. It doesn't have to be relationships. It doesn't have to be partners. It can be as simple as, do I want to focus on career or do I want to travel? Do I want to travel or do I want to focus on settling down and, kind of planning roots here and like finding a long-term relationship or partner? It's options and choices that we have to make in life. At times, Seven of Cups can also be a dream coming true, or feeling very overwhelmed in a positive way. Like, I can't believe this is happening. And I feel for some of you, this is about feeling very kind of like, wow, I can't believe this is happening, in terms of a spiritual connection or finally manifesting a relationship with a spiritual person. Maybe for some of you that felt so out of reach, like it would never happen. But now it's happening and you're like, oh my gosh, it's like a dream come true kind of energy, having the Seven of Cups come in with the Hermit. Some of you might be coming into Hermit mode for a little bit to figure out what you want to do. You may have many options in your life, and you may also have many options in terms of people interested in you or people pursuing you, and you might be taking some time to figure out, which one do I want to be with? I'm not going to willy-nilly date. I'm not going to willy-nilly go from this person to that person. I'm going to take a moment to make my decision, and then I'm going to go for it. So some of you might have some people on hold, Gemini. Some of you might have some people on hold until you decide what you want to do. The next card that's coming up for you here is the Six of Pentacles. And Six of Pentacles typically can be seen as a money card or a financial card. Some of you could be, making a decision here. Do you want to get involved with somebody that you're doing business with or you have a work connection with? That can be the case for some of you. But the Six of Pentacles have to do with energy. So in a love reading, when the Six of Pentacles comes up, you may be manifesting a generous person financially, yes, but more so than that, you're manifesting a reciprocal energy. The thing about the Six of Pentacles is that there's even flow. There's money that continues to come in and there's money that continues to go out. It's a smooth flow of energy or money. And so to have it come up in a love reading you're manifesting reciprocal love energy, somebody who is equally invested. So if you have felt in the past that you're always the one trying to keep things together, or you're always the one trying to show or demonstrate value, you have a relationship coming in where this person is invested. It's not always up to you. They're making the effort too. Okay, so some of you are coming out of that cycle of feeling like, well, I give it all and I have to keep it together and they don't seem to care. You're breaking out of that. This is someone, as I said, just invested as you are. Now, you may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign. Some weeks those are going to resonate more than others. Some weeks it might add a little extra information. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Bye, my dears. Be well.